It's a beautiful morning, and we gladly welcome you to our Breakfast TV show this morning. Good morning, Anambra. My name is Chidimma Oranwa.
And I'm Ajiluchuku Okabwe.
All right, this morning we are starting our show, as usual, with the stories that are trending on our national tabloids and also ABS website this morning. But before we do that, we are going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll just, read out what we have on the front pages of the newspapers this morning. Stay with us. This morning, we are going to be your anchor and your guest on the show this morning. Let's start with the stories that are trending on ABS website. Okay, we have Anambra State government to investigate alleged murder of a widow in Ojoto. Mr. Soludo restates a need for eating healthy food. Anambra Culture, Entertainment and Tourism Commissioner consoles a family of late veteran Nollywood actor Monago. All right, these are the stories we have on ABS website this morning. Well, it happens that this man we are talking about, late veteran Nollywood actor Monago, happens to come from my town.
Wow.
Bose community in Anambra, in Idemile North local government area. And well, we've lost a great man in our community. And we all just pray that the good Lord, we, give the family of late Monago the fortitude to bear the loss. And we also want to thank the Commissioner for Culture, Entertainment and Tourism in the person of Don Onyenji for, deeming it necessary and fit, to commiserate with the family. And also the state government, the governor and the wife has also commiserated with the family. And we pray that his gentle soul will continue to rest in the bosom of the Lord.
Of course.
Amen. Okay, and also the second story we are seeing Mrs. Soludo restating need for eating healthy food. This Easter celebration, a lot of people ate, should I use the word, that they ate carelessly. Anything they see, they just put inside their mouth.
And some were there just trying to satisfy their urge of eating a particular thing over a period of time.
Yes.
And when that opportunity came, they just delved into it and ate without caution.
And a lot of people will come with the argument that throughout that Lenten period, they were fasting and they were abstaining from so many things. And so they saw it that Easter celebration would be a time for them to
just delve into
eat
everything.
And then drink anything they want to drink. But, this call from the wife of the Anambra State Governor, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, she has been making this call over and over again because she's quite intentional when it comes to healthy living and health and lifestyle. So it is important from the Anambra to heed to this call by the governor's wife, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, to eat healthy. Not just this period, all the time.
All the time.
Let's watch what we eat because most times some of the ailments that we are suffering today are some things we can actually avoid if we are eating right. And doing the right thing. And some people, we are just bound to this sedentary kind of lifestyle, no exercise, nothing, you just eat and then sleep, wake up, go to the office, from AC in the car to your well-fitted AC in the office, and then when you come back, maybe in the evening you go out, you drink and eat meat, and then you don't even exercise at all. Let's heed to this call by the governor's wife to eat healthy, eat clean, and exercise dirty. Okay, we also have Anambra State government to investigate alleged murder of a widow in Ojoto. I think we saw that in the news yesterday. That woman happens to be Mrs. Ajiluchuku.
Well, Ojoto and Umunachi are different parts of Anambra State, but then, what a coincidence in name, and then to have even read the news, it was funny then. But at the same time, we begin to wonder, what's the the rationale behind your, bringing hardship to your own will I say, stepmother, because that was the case in this issue.
Yes, exactly.
If your dad is no longer there, you should more be taking care of your stepmother in the absence of your dad.
And if you don't like the person, if you don't want her, you just go your own way. Leave her alone.
Do you understand? But
let her live her life.
Bringing, as in bringing this kind of stain to your family name, and then now you're now under the police watch. You're being hunted down by the police and the community. Where will this young man escape this thing from? Death, murder. Man, he has a lot to really come to answer. But then that's what we ask our youth within the society, that whatever it is, you understand that you should know how to face, as in take things, let the law answer to these issues that we have in families, rather than taking laws into your hands. And it's so unfortunate that a woman has to go down this way. And then what of the family, the children that she left behind? Honestly speaking, it is very, very sad. But I'm happy that the Commissioner for Women and Women Affairs and Children Affairs has waded into this, and then she said that she will definitely get to the root of this and then give justice to the late mother.
We must commend the Commissioner for Women and Children Affairs for the great job she's doing in Anambra State.
Yeah.
You know, things like this, she will just immediately swing into action and see how she will, handle the matter and all that. So we say kudos to her, and we also expect that she will do more in the coming days.
Of course.
Okay, so let's see the papers we have this morning.
And the first paper we have for review this morning is the Daily Times, and the banner headline, "Can FIRS on collusion cost over Easter message with POS machine." I'm sure you saw that message. In Kaduna, gunmen arrested with Army General's complimentary card. And then we have the U.S. mayor louts Nigeria's economic progress under Tinubu. Telecom union threatens strike over anti-labor practices. Kogi stakeholders tax EFCC on timely prosecution of ex-governor Bello. FCT's 2024 budget will revolutionize infrastructure provision. That's coming from Wike. And HORC committee summons Lagos Airport restaurant over Benga Daniel's son. And then on the Punch, we have diesel price drops as Dangote sells at 1,225 naira per liter, and promises to supply petrol in May. Dealers get 1 million liters each at 1,225 liter. Price drops in Lagos, Ogun, and Oyo State. That's the president, Nigeria president, seen there with the newly sworn-in president of Senegal. And the president of Senegal advocates Africa unity. Disconnection, UCH doctors suspend night shift, begins strike on Tuesday. Deputy CP found dead in Oyo apartment. Police begin probe. And court finds Ogun CP, 5 others, 25 million for unlawful detention. I guess so. And then we have Adenuga, Dangote, Abdulsamad, Otedola make Forbes list with $26 billion US. Nigeria sells below 1,280 naira per dollar at official parallel market. And the federal government Interpol in talks over Binance chief's extradition. That's all we have on both pages of the Daily Times and the Punch newspaper. Wow. Talking about the banner headline on the Daily Times, CAN and FIRS on collusion cost over Easter message with POS. The message was more like, I don't know, it was more like a mockery that God paid your debt, not your taxes. I wonder who came up with such, will I say, expensive joke, you understand? Even though you're wanting to promote, you understand, the citizens into paying tax, but you shouldn't center it on a particular religion. I think that is where this collusion cost issue is coming out from, because if it were to be the other religious sect, I think by now would have been...
They're not. Nobody will even make that kind of statement. It's just because we are so lenient as Christians and things like this, we just sweep it under the carpet. But then if it's under other religion, you dare not do something like this when they are celebrating a whole Easter. I mean, we are talking about the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. The bane of Christianity, the essence. I mean, do you know how significant and how important Easter is to Christianity? And you just make a whole nonsense of the whole thing, like God paid your debt, not your tax. I mean, it's nothing to write home about.
I think we need some form of, let's say, apology apology
Yes.
to that from FRS, or probably maybe a tax waiver to all Nigerians.
All Nigerians. No, you say all Christians, not all Nigerians.
Okay.
Yeah, all Christians, not just all Nigerians, because we are of different types of religions, so to all Christians. But then, you know, when it comes to that, a lot of people will claim to be Christians.
Of course.
Yes.
In order to exempt that.
Exactly.
Then in Kaduna, we are having a gunman arrested with Army General's complimentary card. Man, I don't know what excuse would that young man have to say how he came in contact with a general's complimentary card. These are not stories that you just see on the front page of a daily newspaper and then you begin to wonder. There should be more to this story than it meets the eye. You understand? Could it be a case of fabrication? Could it be a case of a gunman having or working, doing some extracurricular activity for the Army General?
We wouldn't know. It's still possible that it could be that there is an insider living with the general, probably one of the domestic staff that could actually take out the complimentary card and hand it over to these people. Or it could be that the gunman himself is working with the general. So we don't really know the story. All we know that all we are asking is that proper investigation should be conducted. So this
is very, very important. Obiabulu na Kaduna. You understand? Where we keep hearing about issues of abduction and kidnapping and the rest of it all. I think a whole lot needs to go into this story.
All right, I'm seeing the picture of the new elected president of Senegal and our president. I mean, I'm so excited this morning when I read it in the news, you know, talking about a 44-year-old man being the president of a nation. Well,
in Africa.
In Africa.
Sincerely speaking, that's laudable to tell you that the people of Senegal probably know what they want and they are believing that the youth really have what it takes, you understand, to bring the country or the continent out of the doldrums that we find ourselves in.
Personally, I will keep him in my prayers because I don't want him to disappoint the youth. You know, I wouldn't want him to disappoint the youth, and he has already said that he's advocating for Africa's unity. I just pray that he will go in tandem with this particular promise and also make Senegal proud of him. And I mean, they elected you, they voted you into this office, so they wouldn't want to be disappointed at the end of the day. And when that happens, the veterans will come and say, "You'd see, the youth said it's their time, and we gave them opportunity and they couldn't perform." So we pray that he will perform and he will be successful. Congratulations to him, though. Okay, so let's see what we have at the front page of Vanguard newspaper this morning. Anguish as 30 children, others get kidnapped in Katsina, Zamfara, and Delta State. We have riders there. 1,087 Nigerians kidnapped in March 2024. Bandits kill man, abduct wife, neighbor in Zamfara. Disrupt prayers at mosque, abduct worshippers. Zamfara government restricts movement along Katsina-Sokoto borders. Gunmen kidnap 2 varsity students in Taraba. Herdsmen kidnap 2. Baby in Delta demand 15 million naira ransom. And then up there we can see Forex turnover in official market rises 95% to $12.68 billion in the first quarter of 2024. Tinubu Oborevwori Sariki congratulates Olu of Warri at 40. Ukwama, police, not army, should probe and try suspects. And then Dangote Adenuga Rabiu Tedola make a Forbes 2024 billionaire list. We must decentralize Nigeria now? Nwachukwu and Peter side. Why I fell out with Odili. This is coming from Wike. Ondo Giba, APC leaders, aspirants clash over Ayedatiwa's endorsement. And then sports there, we can see 2024 Olympics qualifiers. Super Falcons camp in joyous mood as more players hit camp. Okay, these are the stories we have on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. You see the banner headline there, talking about 30 children and others being kidnapped in Katsina, Zamfara, and even Delta State.
More shockingly is the figure there, 1,087
people.
In just the month of March.
And then we look at Delta, a baby kidnapped in Delta, a baby kidnapped, and they are looking for 15 million naira ransom. I mean, in this economy, where would someone rig that kind of money from to just, rescue his or her baby from the hands of this deadly bandits?
Sometimes I begin to wonder, what is the idea of such stories making the headline, and then we keep having our service chiefs, the paraphernalia of military in Nigeria, everybody's still feeling cool and easy. As in, doesn't news like this get them to understand that we are actually not doing our job of protecting lives and properties in Nigeria? Sincerely speaking.
Probably that's the question we are going to ask them. Because the reason why the tabloids will keep bringing it up, because if you ask me, they wouldn't even want the newspapers to be bringing out this kind of story, so that we wouldn't know what is happening in our country. But the reason why it's coming up every day on the national tabloids, newspapers, and even on the social media, is for people to understand that it's still happening. Because sometimes you hear them say that they caught bandits in so and so places. You killed how many? You engaged in a gun duel with them, and at the end of the day, we are still having stories about how many people that have been kidnapped in a period of, like, is it just 3 months?
This is just, the figure is just for March.
Okay, just March alone.
Just March. 1 month, 30 days. As the case may be 31 days in this case. Last week in the dailies, we saw where they said the army releases 120. I can't remember the exact figure. About the 100 and something repentant militants. Really? How can you, what is the justification that these people are repentant? And now you release these people, and we are having increased kidnappings all over the country. There's something fundamentally wrong with these are our paramilitary, and then this issue of arresting insecurity. Something is definitely wrong somewhere.
Exactly.
Until we come out and say enough is enough of this, I think we won't get any headway. And this thing is cutting across every part of Nigeria. 6 geopolitical zones, the length and breadth.
And the funny thing is that when you realize and you are saying it's not happening around you, it's happening everywhere now.
It's happening everywhere.
It's no longer not in the northern part. No, it's there in the north, in the south, southeast, everywhere, southwest. So we really need to do something. And we are calling on our leaders to please, talk, or even if it means to change the leadership of this, security agencies, and see if there are the new people will come up with new approach on how to, arrest these people. I mean,
or
that
even
should be done.
This clamor that we'll be having for state policing, for how long we will be dragging our feet on this thing? Isn't it time that we need to get down to the root of these things and then attack it head on?
Yeah, because I think to some extent that will help. Because if you are from, let's say, take example, if you're from the southeastern part of the country and then you are enrolled to be a state police, you know all the nooks and crannies of that place, and you know the people that are actually perpetrating this evil. So it will be easy for you to, catch up with them. Or then we pray that very soon all this evil happening in our land, Nigeria, will be a thing of the past. So let's see the next paper we have this morning.
The next paper for review this morning is the Daily Independent. The banner headline: Peter Obi cries out over use of 10 trillion naira to service debt. Fire destroys goods worth 360 million in Kwara market. Religion can't divide us. Let's work together. Akpabio, the Senate President, telling senators. And then we have Dangote. We've seen that. Convention. Labour Party clarifies Obi's absence, reveals APC hijack plot. And then we have poor air liberalization. Basa, high taxes hinder 1.46 billion intra-African travels. CAN condemns FIRS Easter message, demands apology. We've said that. Tinubu, Akpabio poised to retain seats in 2027, says Nabena. What? JAMB uncovers 1,665 fake A-level results. Deputy Commissioner of Police commits suicide in Ogbomosho. 30 abducted children regained freedom in Katsina. Wow, contradictory there. Minister seeks mobile courts to free unjustly incarcerated women. That's all we have for you on the Daily independence. Quickly, let's see what we have with the nation. Power, TCN, NEC battling to ease lingering outages. And Discos blame it all on low supply from Genco's weak infrastructure. Binance chief orders charged with money laundering. U.S. Mayor OK's CBN's forex policy, economic plans. Ondo APC aspirants jostle for president's support. Dangote, Adenuga, Rabiu, Otedola on Forbes rich list. Dangote refinery rolls out diesel. Fire unfolds Pan-African agenda. Federal government registers 2 million Almajiri kits for basic education. That's good. Registering, let's see how far. There's a difference between registering and then actually getting the kids to stay in class and then do the needful.
Yeah.
Religion can't divide us. Let's work together, Akpabio tells senators. I think in this case it should be leadership by example.
Exactly.
When a sitting senator will come up with the allegation of budget padding and 500 million being shared, and without due process, without proper investigation, the senator is on suspension without pay. Then do you come and tell us that religion can't divide us? When transparency, you understand, which doesn't even have a religious connotation, is lacking in the red chamber. And
I don't even see the reason why they should even mention. He should mention religion. That should be list of our problems in this country now.
So what we should be talking about is the transparency of our leaders, accountability to the citizenry, and not a Senate president coming here to tell us that religion can't divide us. Religion shouldn't even have any basis of dividing us. What should rather divide us is incompetence and accountability of our leaders. And that is what we are talking about. And you shouldn't even be telling your fellow senators. You should be telling the entire Nigerians.
It seems that they don't even have much to do in that house. If this is what you just stand up as the speaker or as the Senate president to be telling other senators that religion should not divide. Well, we are talking about insecurity. We are talking about 1,087 people kidnapped in 3 states in just 1 month.
1 month.
Shouldn't this be the time for you to sit down and discuss and see if the state police stuff, if it's going to work out now, and see what the states will be doing on their own to see how we arrest this ugly situation in our country? We are talking about religion, and we are talking about it shouldn't divide us and all that. I mean, we should know our priorities, know the things that we really need to deal with in this country, and not just come in and talk about it. And I'm sure that when they said it, some people will start laughing. As like the last time that she said, let the people breathe.
Let the people breathe.
Coming from the same person.
Well, P2B cries out overuse of 10 trillion naira to service debts. Wow, this is really good. And then somehow we are beginning to have that feeling that we are truly in democracy, where we believe that the opposition can equally have a say, a contributory quota to play in how the affairs of governance happens in this country, how it even touches individuals. So when things like this make the banner, you understand, of a daily newspaper, we are expecting the government to come up and say, well, young man, where did you get your source of information?
Exactly.
Please give us proof that we are using 10 trillion in order to service debt and stuff like that. But then I'm sure that P2B would definitely not go out and then be saying things he has no facts.
Well, if this is actually true, it means that we are in for a very big problem in this country. We are talking about scarcity, the power. I mean, you see the problem between the Gencos and the Discos, talking about power supply, that much is not generated, and people are actually saying they are paying for darkness in this country. And at the end of the day, we are talking about the 10 trillion to service debt. I mean, we borrowed money for specific things, and we did not put those money in those projects, and now we still have to bring out 10 million.
10 trillion?
Trillion from the economy, like the coffers, where we don't even have much to service the needs of the citizens. We still have to bring out 10 trillion naira to service the money that we borrowed and that we did not use judiciously. I mean, this is disheartening,
to say the least. Well, should we be smiling? Should we be rejoicing the fact that Dangote Adenuga, Rabiu, Otedola are making Forbes list as billionaires?
Okay, probably we should be rejoicing because we are Nigerians and at least we have people from our country that made the list. But then again, it's their pocket.
And then we are still the poverty capital of the world.
Yeah, just like, I mean, yesterday, on Monday, one of our guests suggested that government should draw out plan and probably open an account where you can meet with these billionaires that we have, and they would be, you know, paying in some amount of money to the coffers. And at the end of the day, you give them recognition, national recognition, or even in state recognition, and then they will be doing more with this money. Use it and do so many things in our society and help the vulnerable ones. All right, quickly let's see what we have on the Guardian newspaper this morning. FG, federal government finalizing electricity subsidy removal. Plans 200% traffic tariff hike, sorry. That's on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And then we have $1 billion hybrid note on capital markets underway for Nigerian orders. UCH staff scale down work hours over power outage. P2B economists lecture Tinubu's government on how to reduce borrowing. NLC TUC closed ranks on minimum wage. JAMB uncovers 1,665 fake A-level results. And then we've seen the Dangote and Otedola's story. Inside Lagos Assemblies, a reform bid to hasten state-owned justice system. Weak confidence in the economy ends first quarter as businesses battle inflation and forex crisis. Okay, well, and then under next 2024 tariff order, most customers on band A to E will pay, you know, the money is there, 179 naira to 234 naira for kilowatts and all that. Okay, we don't have time to read all those things out, but quickly let's see the last paper that we have this morning, and that's the Daily Trust. Electricity tariff to rise by 300%. You need to hit 200 naira from 68 naira. Oh God. NEC will announce actual increase soon. This is coming from the federal government. Nigerians outstretched CSOs. Gunmen kill businessman, abduct wife, neighbor in Zamfara. Dangote refinery commences diesel sale, pegs 1 million litre per marketer. Ondo resident loot truck conveying Tinubu's branded gains. SNLC president Ali Shiroma dead. And then a deputy police commissioner found dead in his apartment. How realignment in bandits hierarchy spurred Kaduna's mass abduction. This hike in electricity tariff by 300%. This is not funny.
It's not.
It's really not funny.
It's really.
That's, you need to hit 200 naira from 68 naira, not even to double it. Maybe 68 to 150 or 200.
Why even double it?
68 to 200 naira.
Why double it even in the first place? I don't understand.
And truly, I'm in support of the CSO saying that we have been overstretched.
Sincerely, we have.
We are bleeding as it is right now. We are bleeding.
Bleeding from all angles. From all angles. Nothing seems to have any conjoint, will I say, working perfectly in this part of the world. In order to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal, the hybrid vehicles that power on energy, renewable energy, we are yet to see.
Nothing.
We are yet to see. And now government is coming up to tell us that even with the light that you barely see, because I can't even, if you spend 24 hours at home in this part of the world, I doubt if you have electricity for 6 hours.
Well, I was thinking that what they should do now is to see how we can improve power supply in the country first. If you improve it, then
you can now talk of increasing the tariff.
I mean, people will say, okay,
because you've invested in order to improve it now. But now you can now start paying for that investment. Now there's no improvement and you're increasing tariff. I don't understand.
By 200%. Wow.
Somehow you begin to wonder the kind of blood that flows in the mind, I mean, in the veins of Nigerian leaders.
Okay, what do you also see about this NLC TUC closing ranks on minimum wage?
So now they are already parting the way where the money that that they are going to, the purported increments that they are going to give to you, they've already channeled a cost which they will take it away from you.
Exactly.
This is just one of it.
Exactly.
This is just one of it. So it's more like you're giving with the right hand and you're collecting
with the left hand.
With the left hand, and still leaving the Nigerian citizen.
Even if you pay a Nigerian worker 1 million naira as a monthly salary now, it's not going to even be enough.
If you don't tackle insecurity and power generation, if you don't tackle those two things, you're doing nothing. Look at here. We are having 1,665 fake. Where would this result have emanated from?
You mean JAMB?
JAMB. Would it be me that will go to JAMB and then give somebody a grade that he or she didn't merit?
That is it.
So that's what we're talking about internal corruption in the system.
It's everywhere.
You understand? Because JAMB coming here to uncover 1,665 fake A-level, and these people might have gained admission into universities.
A-level, and you know with A-level you can gain admission outside the country. And so now,
what do you do? Do you retrieve those people back and tell them that?
That is the question now. When it is fake, and probably some people will travel with it and want to study abroad, and they will discover that it's fake. And how would they see Nigeria again? We've already portrayed ourselves to be bad people, so to say, and now they have uncovered this. And of course, this is going viral. For JAMB to uncover this, it means that all those national institutions, international institutions, they must have seen this story. They would be like, okay, if you are coming from Nigeria, whether you have A-level or not, we don't care. You have to write our own exams.
You need to write our own exams and be sure.
People will just be creating unnecessary problems for us everywhere. And they see us as good-for-nothing citizens. That's why you go to so many countries, they'll just look at Nigerians as if we are useless. We can't amount to anything. That is because of the kind of illicit activities people indulge in this country, and it is very bad.
Well, from what we are saying on the Guardian here, under next 2024 tariff order, most customers on bands A to E will pay. Why are the amounts, you understand, differing from distributors?
You mean the discos? Yes, yeah. From EEDC is different. We are going to from 95 naira to 154, and then some people from 100 to 1. Okay, now from 100 to 137. I don't even understand all this. I really don't understand all this. But we will be waiting for them to announce it. According to the federal government, they said the NEC will announce it soon. Probably they're just giving us this information to prepare our mind for what is going to hit us, is about hitting us. So when they announce it, we'll still know how to go about it. If we just fold our hands and talk about it, and still pay it, then so be it. And probably by next month or next 2 months, they will still increase the tariff, and we keep paying for it. They keep stretching us, overstretching us, squeezing us blood out of our lives. But then all we need to do is just to sit here and talk and plead with the conscience of our leaders to see how they can help us, and salvage us in this country. A lot of people are going through hell, through challenges. So many of us can't even afford the basic things of life.
Basics. And yet you're working. You're working, and yet you can't. Like one of our guests said that you're being paid salary that cannot take you home. And they said it's your take home. But it can't even take you home. The moment you're being paid, before you get to the gate of the establishment, the money is finished. And you begin to wonder, did I spend 1 year, one month doing nothing? Because the salary is not even enough to take home.
Well, that's it on our press review this morning. And if you want to, get details of some of the stories on the front page of the national tabloids this morning, all you need to do is just to go and get yourself a copy of the newspaper. I want to say a very big thank you to you for joining us on press review on our program, Good Morning Anambra. My name is Chidimma Oranwa.
And I'm Ajuluchukwu Okabwe. Have a blessed morning.
We are Taekwondo team. We are here to practice our sports. We are training in Ekweme Square. Start! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anna, go, set, net, that's all. Answer, yo. Anna, go, set, net, that's all. Answer, yo. I like this. Anna, go, set, net, that's all. Answer, yo. Anna, go, set, net, that's all. Answer, yo. Set, no. Anna, go, set, that's all. Yo. I go like this. Just bounce on your toe. Bounce on your toe. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bounce on your toe. 9, 10. Stay like this. Fighting stance. Stay in fighting stance. Let's go. Put your guards up. Look at me. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Face me. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Go and drink water. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.